December 31st, 1815 to Spanish parents Richard Warson Meade and Margaret Coates Butler, the future Civil War general George Meade, otherwise known as the Snapping Turtle, was born. He lived a wealthy life with his 10 other siblings until his father, who was a naval officer, was imprisoned for not repaying his contributions to Peninsular War and passed away when George was just 13 years old. He moved to America and settled in Pennsylvania. He registered into West Point in 1831 since college was too expensive, and he graduated 19th of a class of 56 in 1835. He resigned the next year in 1836 due to minimal desire to be in the Army in the first place. He pursued civil engineering for the next few years, building railroads for the U.S. and constructing houses. In 1840, George needed to get a contract signed to build houses in the D.C. area, so he met up with John Surgant, a Republican representative in the House of Representatives.
Mr. Meade?
Sir, I need you to sign something for me.
Right this way.
Thank you, sir.
Have a seat. Introduce you to my daughter, Margaretta.
Good day.
Good day.
Well, sir, I have some forms I need you to sign.
Thank you. And what am I signing?
Well, sir, you just signed a contract that allows us to build more houses in this district. Thank you, sir. I guess I should have been on my way.
Right this way.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Meade, Mr. Meade! You forgot your hat. Mr. Meade, here's your hat.
Why, thank you. Could I write to you sometime?
Yes.
George and Margaretta got married on December 31st of 1840. They had 7 kids together. Margaretta, I've been thinking about re-enlisting in the Army.
I don't know, George. That sounds a bit risky.
I understand that, but it seems like our only option we have.
Well, what about the children? How will they feel about being away from their father for so long?
I don't know. But this seems like, again, the only option we have if we want them to live a good life. And I don't want my children growing up in the same way. In 1842, George Meade re-enlisted in the Army. In 1848, he fought in the Mexican-American War as a junior officer. After that war, George went back to civil engineering as a topographical engineer, building lighthouses during the 1850s. In 1861, the Civil War began, and he became a brigadier general and fought in the Second Battle of Bull Run. George wrote constantly to his wife throughout the war to show his devotion towards her.
Mr. Meade, sir, you have a letter.
Why, come in, take a seat.
Yes, sir. Why, thank you, sir.
Why, what is it?
The President needs you to defend Gettysburg, sir. Congratulations, Major General.
Yes, sir. George Meade had just been promoted to Major General to lead what would become the bloodiest battle in American history.
Mr. Meade? Yes, sir? I'm sorry, Mr.
My dear General,
I do not believe you appreciate the magnitude of the misfortune involved in Lee's escape. He was within your easy grasp, and to have closed upon him would, in connection with our other late successes, have ended the war. As it is, the war will be prolonged indefinitely. If you could not safely attack Lee last Monday, how could you possibly do so south of the river, when you could take with you very few more than 2/3 of the force than you had in hand?
George Meade had followed orders to defend Gettysburg to the best of his abilities. However, when he had the chance to end the war, he chose to not pursue rapidly, rather let him retreat. Because of this, he was stripped of his command as Major General.
After Gettysburg, George did not really fight in any major battles. He followed in General Grant's footsteps. By the end of the war, he had regained his title as Major General. Even though the war was done, he still had a promise to fulfill to a certain someone.
In 1868, after the war, George Meade was elected as governor in the 3rd Military District, which comprised the states Georgia, Alabama, and Florida. He was elected because he believed to be the most fair during Reconstruction, and that couldn't be closer to the truth. In April of 1868, the KKK were rapidly spreading through the South. Meade outlawed and arrested any KKK members in his jurisdiction. If you could not tell, George Meade was very against slavery. The snapping turtle had, however, grown old, and in 1872, Meade contracted pneumonia.
It's gonna be okay. Everything's going to be okay. You survived war. You can survive this. Sickness can't be the end. It just can't, right?
I'll make it through.
That doesn't sound very convincing.
Margareta, don't ever forget. Don't let my children forget.